Dear Talbot Street Church, there's never been a time when there was me without you. We met for the first time just 20 days after I was born when my parents presented me for baptism. I shrieked at the top of my newly formed lungs as Pastor Brower, who shared a name but no relation, sprinkled water on my forehead and declared that God had marked me as one of his own through his covenant promises, and I was welcomed as a child of the church community. They say it takes a village to raise a child, and this church was my village. From that first day of my baptism, the village of Talbot Street Church surrounded me. Loving arms comforted me in the nursery when I missed my parents. Endless coloring pages, flannel graphs, and storybook Bibles in the hands of Sunday school teachers taught me the stories of a big God, a beautiful creation, and a loving Savior. Hot glue gun blisters, glittery crafts, and the badges that my mom carefully sewed onto my GEMS Girls Group scarf spoke of a deepening of faith, a sense of community, and adult counselors who showed up. Youth group was a safe place where I began asking big questions of wise leaders who treated me as a fellow follower of Christ rather than a kid and took me out for coffee to love me by listening. And all of this culminated in a profession of faith at the age of 17 when I stood before you again, Talbot Street Church, and declared my love and faith in Jesus. A senior from among you wrote me a card that I still have to this day, encouraging me in my faith. We were apart for a while, Talbot Street Church, while I went to university in another city and attended another church. But upon my return, you welcomed me back with open arms, and it was as if no time had passed at all. More than that, you affirmed my gifts in leadership, and I served as an elder alongside my grandmother. And who knew that today I would have the joy and honor and privilege of serving you for my vocation? But to assume that there were only good times wouldn't be honest, Talbot Street. There were times when the hurt of the community felt like too much to bear, when power, pride, and sin got in the way. When I sat quietly in Sunday worship services, choking back the tears and anguish of depression because God's presence felt so far. When people left and leadership changed, when finances were tight and we lost focus on our calling. And while you were never perfect, you never claimed to be faultless. You were always an imperfect community made up of imperfect people. And even in those difficult times, God was present, leading and guiding us, calling us to be who he made us to be. Did you know that the human cellular mass turns over approximately every 7 years? That means that the person that I was 7 years ago physically isn't the same person that I am today. And yet I'm still me. The essence of what makes me me is still present, even as my physical makeup isn't. And maybe that's like you too, Talbot Street Church. You're not the same church that welcomed me at 20 days old. The people who make you up have come and gone. Your physical building has changed and grown. The programs and ministry have changed with the needs of the community. People have been born and people have died. And yet you're still Talbot Street Church because the essence of who you are at the center is the same. And that center is Jesus. So thank you, Talbot Street Church. Thank you for always pointing me back to your center, back to the Jesus that I love and who calls me his own.